Alright, so in this first lesson we're going to talk about the gallery. Now I realize that doesn't sound particularly exciting, but there are some things that it does that aren't obvious. I just want to make sure we cover all those basics. So if I do any of this while we're working on the course, you guys don't go, wait, what was that? What is it, the thing you just did? So start off with, this is what you're going to see is, well, you won't see your art, but you'll see your own art. And we're going to take a look at, let's look at this version of this, since this is a very gesture heavy part of Procreate. So to start off with, to create new artwork, if you go to the top right up here, you'll see a little plus sign. And I'm just going to click that, and it's going to give you a bunch of options. Now, some of these are here by default, and some of these you can create your own custom as well. But that's just how you go about creating a new canvas. And it's really simple. Like if you want, like I've got an 8x10 that I saved here. You just hit 8x10, and it opens up that 8x10, canvas there. So if you want to create your own, there's a create custom size down here at the very bottom of the list. And if you click that, you've got the width and the height, the DPI, the color space, and then the name. And there's actually some really important stuff that you need to keep in mind here. So that black image doesn't show very well with the light on. So we'll switch to this one. So first off, I'm an American. We tend to think in inches, or if you're anywhere else in the world, you can use centimeters or millimeters. But I'm going to do inches, and we'll just say 8 by, and let's just say 8 by 12. The important thing about creating a new canvas is your resolution, and your dots per inch is what that DPI stands for. And if you ever have any intentions of printing what you plan on drawing, it should be at least 300 DPI. Now you might want to work larger than that if you're going to be doing like posters or something. It's really big, but for just standard size books and comics and those sort of things, generally between 300 and 400 DPI. The larger you want to print it, the larger that number needs to be, but 300 or 400 is pretty good for most stuff. If you set it too low, then you really don't have any way of ever increasing it after you've started. So I never recommend starting any lower than 300. Now you will see on the internet that, this browsers only show things at 72 DPI or 150 DPI or whatever. That's all great. You can always downsize your image. That's easy to do, but you can't add more information. You can't make it larger. So why not start at a minimum that's printable, like 300 for example. The sizes, that's up to you. I'm going to include a couple of the custom comic book sizes and the things in the course as well, so you guys will have that if you want it. But there's really no hard and fast rule for digital art when it comes to that, so you can do your own. But like I said, don't forget about the 300 DPI. Color space, leave that on sRGB is what I would recommend. This P3 wide color is a newer color gamut with more colors, but we're talking millions versus more millions, and not every device can even display a P3 wide color gamut. So easiest thing to do there is just leave it on sRGB, and then the name, you can name it whatever you want. So we'll call this 8 by 12. Done. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to go back to, once the page is open, if you go back to the gallery button at the top left up here, you guys see that here? That will take you back to the gallery. It's over here on the top left. Okay, what else do we have there? Let's go back to custom size. I don't think we missed anything. The other thing that you'll notice here is depending on the size, so if I just put in a size here, you'll notice that the maximum number of layers changes. Okay, so now in this course we are not going to, even in my professional work, like I've never hit the maximum layer limit. I just don't work on a ton of layers. But even if you do, you can always, we'll talk about merging layers and that sort of thing to make this a little bit easier to deal with. But that maximum layer number is something that you might have to keep in mind if you're working on super large canvases, but it's not something that I've run into, so I don't think it'll be a major issue. But you can kind of play around with, like if I go in here and set this to 24 by 36. It's too big. It says too large. I can't even do that. So let's go down to 10 by 10. And whoops, lost it. But 10 by 10, let's see, like it's 55 layers. That's a lot of layers. And if I change the DPI, if I change that to say 400, then you'll see those maximum layers actually goes down. So all of that is a factor. For beginners, like I said, it is not really going to factor in that much, but I just want to make you guys aware that it is something you have to keep in mind on really large sizes. So the other thing on the gallery that wasn't really obvious to me is the left swipe options. So for example, we've got these 8x12 and 8x10 blank canvases here that we just created. And let's say I want to delete those. You can put your finger on the, let's do this, put your finger on the right side of it and swipe to the left. Okay, and you get more other options here. Now you can delete it, you can duplicate it, you can share it. They don't really make that obvious, but that left swipe gives you a lot of options there. So we'll just delete those. We'll do it here as well. The other options there that you can use is the duplicate or share. Share just opens up all the different formats, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then duplicate just duplicates the image. So the only reason that I've used this in the past is, let's say that I had an image with a ton of layers in it, and I was coming up against the layer limit. Let's say it happens. Well, there might be some layers that I could merge down, but I don't want to lose all that information. So what you can do is go in here, duplicate it. And then on the duplicated version, then you can merge all those layers together and keep working. That way you're not losing your information, because you can always copy and paste things back and forth also. Now you'll notice that some of these images, there's actually multiple images. Like for example, this section over here at the top left, there's a couple of different pages in here. So what you can do is you can create what's called stacks, which are basically just folders of art. And there's a couple of ways to do this, but I'll show you two different ways. So all of these images down here on the bottom, these bottom 7 images, are all from one comic that I worked on. So let's say I want to group those together. The fastest way is probably to just hit the select button up here at the top, and it's going to put this little blue bar across the top of the screen, and I can just click on all of those items. Okay, and up at the top here I've got options, and I've got one that says stack. Okay, so I'm going to hit stack, and now you can see they've all been put into that one stack there. Okay, the other thing you can do, let's go into the stack. So I clicked on the stack. Let's say I want to move one of these images out. Well, I can grab the page, just drag it up to the top where it says stack in this case, and just pull it out. So you can either hold it in like this to pull it in, or you can hold it, pull it up to the left corner, top left, and pull it back out. So that's a pretty good way to organize things if you want to. The rest of the options here are fairly straightforward. You've got import, which just lets you import images. So I can click import, and it'll open up the file manager for the iPad, and you could go click on any number of these things to pull that into the gallery. And the same thing with the photo. You hit the photo, it opens up the photos that are on your iPad. So let's say that you wanted to delete more than just the one thing. So with one image, you can just, like I said, left swipe to bring up the delete. You can also hit the select button and choose a stack. And there's a delete option here as well, up here on the top right. Now, I'm going to be very careful not to click that because I don't want to delete it. So I think that covers all the main functions in the gallery. So let's move on to the next one.